Some really wild stuff is going on in the area of politics, and I want to cover this. I'm not sure if this is going to be a short or long video. I'm just going to dive right into it. When I saw this post by Tim Pool last night, I was thinking, wait a second. This is not what journalists do. Journalists are supposed to sit back, remain objective, and just tell the truth. They're not supposed to be supporting one side of the political dog and pony show or the other. So Tim Pool writes, any Republican who obstructs or blocks Matt Gaetz' confirmation will receive the full political force I can muster up to make sure you lose your next primary. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. He's got 1.4 million views, 85,000 likes, 4,900 comments. Declaration of Memes jumps in on the pile and says, same. I will endlessly spend my days after your reputation and your job. Elijah Schaefer says, I'm in. Will weaponize my extensive resources and back you up. These people are supposed to be journalists. They're supposed to be telling the truth. They're supposed to remain objective. Gunter Eagleman says, you're not alone. I will indeed help. Give Trump the team he wants to get things done. No more blocking progress. We need to get confirmations done now. Elon Musk, you in? Unfrickin' believable. Thank goodness there's one sane voice in this wind that's blowing. And Arizona pollster says, wasn't Gaetz throwing ecstasy parties, though, when you consider all this talk about blackmail rings and foreign influence? Do you think it would be the best thing for America to have Vanilla Diddy as Attorney General? And, you know, you can look into what's going on with Gaetz about that. Apparently, he resigned from his seat in Congress, and people are saying that that's because he was about to get investigated for this stuff that he was involved in. And I'm not going to get into it in this video because it's not the purview of this. I just want to look at people who call themselves journalists actually taking a side. You're automatically not a journalist if you chose to take a side, because now you can no longer be trusted to be an objective source of truth. And Last American Vagabond puts his finger on the pulse of what's going on. He says, journalists don't endorse candidates, let alone threaten others for not supporting them. Wild. This guy says, oh, there's a strict code, and a broad definition of journalist. Citizen journalists do whatever the F they think is right, LOL, and they don't have to pretend to be neutral to appease their fellow curious people. Ridiculous statement, actually, because these people are calling themselves independent citizen journalists. If you're going to be a journalist, then you automatically give up bias. You're supposed to be as unbiased as you can possibly be, not let alone supporting a guy and then saying we're going to destroy everybody who comes against our guy. What the frick? You've become a propagandist who calls himself a journalist. Last American Vagabond is right here. Only one pretending is your boy Tim. It's called objectivity and integrity, the opposite of what you're desperately projecting. But we all know you don't care about these things, just team sports politics. Now go back to being muted. Unfreaking believable. And then there's kind of a little Twitter war going on with David Icke and some other people. He says, Trump has been, this is David Icke, Trump has been owned by ISRA, HE double hockey sticks, even before politics, and how anyone could not see how his fake rebel government was bound to reflect this is a testament to the power of cognitive dissonance and self-deception and incessant propaganda, because incessant propaganda leads people to detach from reality. That's when the cognitive dissonance kicks in, and they try to hold these good things and these bad things at the same time. They're mutually exclusive and diametrically opposed, and that's the only way people can comfort themselves, is through that cognitive dissonance that was brought on by the incessant propaganda. The power of being told what you want to hear while refusing to have your delusions popped. This has made vast numbers of easy prey for the stars of the fake alternative media who have sold the Trump fantasy, while those pointing out the blatant psyop were branded the black-pilled bad guys. We wake up now to the calculated one-party political maze of ongoing deception and misdirection, or we follow them to the edge of the cliff. It's time to choose. The question is, do you agree with the assessment of David Icke? He says right here, Russell Brand says, Trump is a major threat to the Great Reset. Dr. Robert Malone on the globalist agenda. And David Icke says, no, he's not. We are, if only we would see through the puppet show and the fake saviors. And Kamala Harris is a fake savior for the Democrats. Joe Biden is a fake savior. Barack Obama is a fake savior. And on the other side, the Matt Gaetz of the world, the Donald Trumps of the world, the J.D. Vances of the world, they are fake saviors, but people are believing that they are actually the saviors who will save us from the coming Great Reset. David Icke also writes Elon Musk, and he calls out a bunch of people: Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, Russell Brand, Brett Weinstein, Jimmy Dore, Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, Luke Rudkowski, and on it goes. The fake and hijacked alternative media have Pied Pipered you into the lair of the global cult under the guise of Trump. I did warn you, but mega abuse was my reward. Maybe now people who bought the latest, most obvious and blatant lie will see that politics is not the answer. It's the problem. It's the diversion. So that must mean the answer is us then. When will that penny drop? Alex Jones and Luke Rudkowski responded to this post. Here's what Alex Jones says. Trump is trying to end the Ukraine war. People are waking up to the globalist big time, says Alex Jones. I don't think Trump is my savior, but I will certainly take him over Kamala Harris. And isn't that what the left versus right paradigm lie is all about? The corporate media machine and the corporate political machine, the RNC and DNC, push forth a certain person. They push forth a personality. They couch it in this WWE dog and pony show nonsense. So they push forth two of the worst turds in the toilet, and then they leave it to you to fight on which one stinks less. To the point where people actually admit, oh yeah, I was grinning and bearing it and just basically choosing the lesser of two evils. Or I'd rather dance with the devil I know than the devil I don't know. That's how demoralizing and demeaning the voting process is, because we know that they're all bad, every single one of them. Who got 95% of the corporate donations. I don't mind if David disagrees with me on issues, but I've said and done what I believe is right for humanity. Really, Alex Jones? Does anybody believe Alex Jones here? I am certainly not part of hijacked media as he claims. Come on. Who's pro-Isra HE double hockey sticks, Alex? David has been invited on the show to give his perspective and so far refuses to come on. I'm so excited to be working with RFK Jr., gun grabber RFK Jr., on making the world healthy again. I could go on, but a closed mind can only be open from the inside. I will always love you, David. Luke Rudkowski had also replied, and he says, I respectfully disagree with your opinion, David. We can discuss it on my show, which I invited you on many times now. I hope you're doing better and that we can talk this out, since it is an important issue for me too. I like that response. Matter of fact, I gave it a like. I like that response. I think it would be a good idea if David Icke went on Luke Rudkowski's show and talked to him about how he really feels. Because I think sometimes, you know, calling people out like this, it hurts people's feelings. It causes division. But the question is it true? Is what David Icke said true? I'm going to leave that to you to answer. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to try to remain somewhat of a neutral stance on this. I understand what David Icke is saying, and I agree. And we've done videos on Alex Jones's full-throated approval for and support for ISRA HE double hockey sticks and all the things that Trump did. I confronted Alex Jones on the street corner in 2020 in Virginia and asked him how he could support Donald Trump with all the quantitative easing and the gun control nonsense and the red flag gun confiscation laws. He couldn't give me a really good answer. So I'm only left to conclude that either Alex Jones is stupid, and I don't think he is, he's ignorant, and I don't think he is, or something else is going on. Like, you know, a lot of people would say, well, it looks like you're on the take. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'll be looking forward to reading your comments. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. Grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, understand that truth is vital. We got to fight for it. If we don't, we lose everything. I'll see you in the next video.